Welcome back to Step by Step with Wave series, and we are back 2.5 weeks later for Shirley's front yard, and I gotta say it's looking really impressive. In just 2.5 weeks, our wave petunias have more than doubled in size. Shirley's been doing an excellent job with keeping up on watering, and her containers are also filled out very well. And we've actually gone through one of the hottest, driest late springs on record here in our area. So just being able to keep on that water really made a difference in helping the plants grow and establish and push more flowers. So one of the things we're going to look at today are maintenance. How do we get through the rest of the season? How do we keep these plants looking fantastic and doing their best? Shirley's been doing great. We're going to give you a few tips. When you're talking summer gardening, you're definitely going to be looking at some weeds that are going to pop up in your garden. And while we love the fact that things are growing, that also means that this weed is going to be stealing moisture and nutrition from the flowers that you really want outside to impress your guests. So we've identified one here from Shirley. She's had some mulch put down, so there's not too many, but they pop up now and then. And especially after a good watering, it makes it really easy to remove it. You don't need any real special device to do this, although you certainly could. I've got a little trowel here. I'm just going to reach back down and I'm going to hear a little snap and pull her straight up, and you can see the full root is gone. Replace all the soil, and this can be composted. One of the other things that happen to petunias and plants in general when they do get stressed during the heat of the season, they might end up shooting up a seed pod, or they might end up getting a little leggy, a little stretched. And one of the things we'll like to do is give it a little haircut, just like you, with a little maintenance every now and then to kind of trim up your ends. A petunia could really use a good haircut as it gets towards the hot heat of the season. Now, Shirley's done a great job, and these aren't too leggy yet, but I am seeing a few seed pods here in her fabulous filled out container. And what you want to do is you want to look for that one with the seed head that's about to break. And what the seed head does is it's a plant's chance of kind of setting up the new next generation of plants. It's not going to be a flower. I mean, eventually these seeds will be a flower, but we really want the fresh growth of this new plant and the new flowers to bring in more color. And when you remove the seed heads, it really just pushes new growth to the plants and more color for your garden. Now, what we did for Shirley is we've added some slow release fertilizer when we planted these plants 2.5 weeks ago. And you can see they're doing fantastic. I see a lot of fresh new growth. There's a little bit of deadheading that you could do, but the plant is kind of self-cleaning it already. So we don't really have to do too much maintenance. But as we get into the heat of the season, we recommend that you continue to feed your plants with a little top dressing, and you can do that in a couple ways. I have a watering can here and a water-soluble Nature Source plant food. This has a 10:4:3 ratio, which is really great in terms of a lower dosage, which is good for any kind of plants that you grow. Or you can, with the vigorousness of wave petunias, you can absolutely use something with a little bit more balance to it. This is a 20-20-20 of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, so that you could really boost your plants through the heat of the season. And sometimes you would have this with a little dosage. Just follow the label so you know how much water and how much fertilizer you would use. And do this every 14 days to really keep your flowers going. What's the one thing we all like to do in the summertime? Go on vacation. But your plants may not like that as much. They might miss you. So what can you do to make sure that your plants are thriving while you're away? If it's going to be a long weekend, we highly recommend that you give them a nice long drink of water before you head out. They should be fine within those 3-4 days. But if you are going to be gone for longer than that time, we do recommend that you have a friendly neighbor stop by and give your plants a drink of water. Some of the other things that you can do is you can apply mulch to your garden bed. The mulch on top dressed on the soil will help the plant retain moisture. So whatever Mother Nature gives it or whatever you provide it will help that plant keep it nice and moist while you're away. And the other thing you could do is if you have containers or hanging baskets, this might be the time that you take them out of the direct sunlight so that they don't aspire and dry out as quickly. And with that little bit of relief in the shade, then you can come back and enjoy your plants without too much stress.